Good morning, you beautiful people. So, today we have chickies that just arrived. We actually sold 20 of them already. Count them as you take them out. Gift. What you do is you put one, just put his mouth in the water. Two, like that. Okay. Mika, help him count, eh? Three. So what we do is we put a little bit of stress pack, which is this yellow stuff. We got a couple of bags that was expired from a veterinary friend, and so you can't sell them or use them anymore, but we feel that they are still good. It's just a little bit of extra minerals and things, minerals and vitamins for the chicks, and so we give them that, a teaspoon in the water, and then once we take them out of the box, we just introduce them so they know where the water source is, and then they will find the food by themselves. For the first 10 days, they'll be staying in this tent. We are still fixing the cage around them. Took off everything and repainted it. Re-welded some of the parts that's lost. And then there's some zinc that still needs to come on. And then we'll start expanding it for the ducks and start building a chicken city with it in the long run. That's the idea in any case. I don't have the exact design for the chicken city yet, but I think it's going to be rooms like this that you can go from place to place, and then some areas where you can plant a tree and make it nice, and maybe have an area where you can sit inside between the chickens. Maybe if we go with the chicken city around these trees here, maybe have some benches down there where you can sit, and all the chickens are then constantly in a nice strong mesh environment. Hopefully we'll be able to fund most of it with this wires. We'll get enough funds to do most of it with the stronger parrot wire instead of the ones. There were still some areas of this cage left that was made with this bird wire, and it's great. It's nice and cheap and durable. Keeps out most things. Maybe not just praying dogs. So if we don't have enough parrot wire for now, we'll still use this, but eventually, ideally, we'll transform everything and use parrot wire instead. Right, so they will be protected from any moisture coming from the sun or from the top with zinc, and then we'll put maybe a blanket over top, see if we can keep some heat in, and then put warm water bottles in there so they have some heat sources during the night to protect them. As I said, we sold 20 already. There's another 30 that needs to be picked up. That pays for the chickens. We charge basically double what we paid for them, because the people don't have a minimum amount. We have a minimum amount that we have to order. So the first ones that we sold pay for all the chickens, and then from there on it's just basically food that we still have to sort out. And so this is good. So the neighbor is removing a lot of bush from his land. He says he wants to plant here, and so I think this will be perfect for the new food forest. Mulch, 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 and mulch. If we can mulch to that level, to that height, all the way in the first row, and just open between where we're planting, how awesome will that be? That's probably half a Lucas tall. And so we're loading it on the tractor and on the bucky, and then we'll be starting to mulch the new rows. So this is all things that's coming from Cornell. So this will be an ugly mulch, I must admit. This is definitely not my favorite kind of mulch. It's very sticky. Lots of sticks. Actually need a chipper or something. Hey, you ugly bug. Need a chipper to chip it down, but we don't have it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove the solar pipe now. This was for heat exchange for the swimming pool that's now become a fish pond, and then put a whole heap of mulch between the prickly pears, there and there and there. And Im's mechanic is gonna keep on doing that. This is all things that's coming from that side. that we harvested there. We're gonna chuck away if we don't take them, and so that is our great idea. Fill up this whole line with mulch, and that will then cause water and soil microbes and water to stay, cause soil life to evolve, cause the termites to eat and dig into the ground, and that will cause the prickly pears to grow better. If later we are ready to dig something else in, we can just remove the mulch and plant something else in there. I said to my wife that it feels like overnight the whole place has turned dark and dry, and that our grazing is basically finished, and that we should perhaps get rid of the sheep. I don't think we are. It's just a thinking that I have. But yeah, we'll see how that happens. In tonight's video, I am going to put a link with all the memberships of YouTube and Buy Me a Coffee below. I haven't recognized you guys in a while, and I really appreciate what you've done. I see there's people on YouTube that subscribed, became members, and I don't get notified when it happens, so I don't have a chance to thank you. But if you're a member on Buy Me a Coffee or YouTube, that means a lot. Brings in a steady income for me. It helps me budget. It really helps a lot. So below, a wall of fame. I must admit, on this part of the land, in this part, you can see those camps are full of grass. This is a game camp or game reserve, and this is where we harvest grass to feed our animals. We cut them in these super bags. By the way, we only need 4 more people to reach our goal of 600 subscribers, so that would be awesome. And then a wonderful thing is we've just reached 2 million views altogether. I know big guys get it in one video. For me, it's a big achievement. I'd never tracked it. I think Wolfgang or Wally saw it earlier, and they commented below 2 million views. So that's something quite awesome, cool. I'm very glad about that. So this is, I'm not sure how good the sound is going to be. I forgot my mic, but this is what the front of the house is looking like. This is what Lisa and Jonita's done today. Lisa was very surprised at how hard the soil is. Started digging here and she couldn't get in, but she found the branches and had us rearrange them and make little paths, and just to get some definition on the rocks. They moved some stuff there, moved the lavender out of this garden here, and spread the lilies. Divided, there was a bunch of lilies there, divided them there into a bunch. And before I go, I quickly wanted just to say thank you to Martin Hagenman for your donation via PayPal. I really appreciate it. Makes the world go round. So these posts, yeah, are gonna be placed in here, and then we're gonna do a little fence. We salvaged them today from nearby. I think that's going to be the end of my story. It feels like we didn't do anything. I know we've worked our butts to the ground. It's difficult to catch all of the happenings in a video, but at least I try. Listen, have a wonderful day. Go on and cultivate with kindness. Have a wonderful day.